We are live. Episode 20, the Liquor Lab Breakdown. It's the Sunday before Christmas. I believe Christmas is Thursday, December 21st. Subscribe, um, share, comment. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Appreciate the love. Views each episode are going up and up and up. I believe I have a really good measurement too that the average viewer watches about 3 minutes of time, watches an average of 3 minutes. So that's huge. Another thing going on right now is the Bucks. As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. They are almost going to punch it in right now to give themselves a 6, hopefully 7-3 lead. Bucky Irving down to the 1. Cool stuff. Yeah, so this episode I want to talk about tokenization and tokenization, and it might not just be as straightforward as tokenizing stocks. It's definitely, there's more to it, and I'm going to play a segment from I believe Tom Lee at the Binance Blockchain Week about 3 weeks ago. Mike Evans just scored a touchdown. Yeah, Bucks. Fire the cannons, raise the flags. So just going to play a segment on that. And that tokenization is going to be something really cool. It's going to be a little different than what we think of in a traditional sense. And this is pretty exciting. And it will broaden how the retail investor invests in a company. And it might not be and someone described it. It might not be the same for everyone. Depends on what you invest in with Tesla. And I'm going to show you that example. It could be that you are investing in the security equity on its own, and then you could also invest in kind of like the prediction aspect of it. Like you're going to take some sort of buy-in to them reaching one of the measurements or data points or something like that. So interesting stuff. Then also was something I was watching on Martech. Now Martech is a site that that provides a lot of news and what's going on with marketing, technology. And they have this, I believe the name of the video is, okay, your SEO playbook is toast. Welcome to search in 2026. I'm going to play you an excerpt of that. Then we'll get to the tokenization and then whatever else I come up with. I run these things on the fly. We are live on YouTube. We're live on X now. I'm actually trying to broaden the production. This is the first time I'm going vertical and horizontal on YouTube. So you can pick it up both ways, whether you're on your mobile device or on desktop. We'll see how that works. Not quite sure if that's going to change anything. But, we got to try here. We got to try new things and try to get new exposure, new viewers. So let's jump right into it. We're going to jump into the SEO playbook. And we're going to let this run for a little bit and hear what Miriam Jessier has to say. So let's pop that up and we will check our mix here. It should be on both. Yep. There's Coco in the background as usual. And we'll let it ride.
So how spicy do you want it to be?
I want it all. I want all spice.
Okay, so on the Scoville scale, we're gonna go very far. Stop watching gurus telling you what to do, okay? I'm so tired of this because then you feel like a failure. when it doesn't work for you. So here's a simple rule, okay? Very simple. There's best practices for SEO out there, just like there's best practices for all kinds of marketing. And then there's your business rule, the stuff that actually works for your business, not out in the wild, not because somebody who has 50,000 followers says that it works. So please make sure that it actually works for you before you adopt a practice.
What a great point, Miriam. And thank you for that. Yes, guys, stop watching all of these people describe ways to do search or do this or do that, and you're just going to blindly apply it. I was describing this to someone, real thought leader, won't mention any names, but I was telling him, not everything, like, I get worried when people just leave it to AI or leave it to these gurus, especially the machine learning. It's not always perfect for your business. Don't adopt a practice until you're 100% certain and tested that it's going to work for your business. Just don't do it. Proceed with caution.
I love that take. I love that take. I think we're kind of in this weird social media fueled universe where people who yell loud and kind of master the algorithms get their, they get a larger share of attention than maybe the actual experts who are heads down doing the work, which I think is what you're hinting at.
And if you're good at putting yourself forward, that doesn't mean that you're actually good at making other brands shine, okay? This is like a big mistake.
She is saying, I'm going to just go to the single view right now. So I talk to the camera. She's saying that just because the person that you're watching is good at putting themselves so they show up when you search for X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean they're good for your business. It means that they're good at whatever you search for, serving and being a priority or a, what do they call it? Oh man, I forget what they call it, but having some authority, so that they're ranking for authority in what you search. It doesn't mean it's good for your business. So real quickly summing it up, not proceed with caution. This vibe marketing, it's happening, but it's not for it. What you're seeing is not for everyone. You got to be careful. Let's see what else they have to say. I know there's more.
That I see marketing agencies make, especially when it comes to influencer marketing, it doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah, it would be nice if it did, but it does not, which is, it is what it is. Real physics occasionally intercede in your dreams. All right, let's get into it. On Playbook Broken, I have different segments on the show, and I'm kind of like...
All right, I'm going to watch that a little more later. I just wanted to jump on that really quickly. Ghost hasn't paid for sponsorship on the Liquor Lab breakdown yet, but soon we'll get somebody on here. So let's also now take a look at tokenization, and let's just lead right in with Tom Lee. I loved this segment by him. I actually I watched the entire thing, so I am up to date here. Let's mute us.
It allows 24/7 global trading. There's more transparency. And in theory, there's more liquidity, okay? But I would say that these are just the raw ingredients. And in our minds, tokenization is actually going to take Wall Street into a next level of evolution. And what I mean by that is we have to understand what you can do differently if you begin to tokenize assets, especially combining it with prediction markets. For instance, most people who are talking about tokenization are doing what I call a very simplified view. They're going to take a painting like this, and they'll fractionalize it. So you can own one grid of this asset. But a second way to do a tokenization is to factorize a business, okay? So let's say we break this painting down into its prime colors, and then you can just buy, whatever factor you want. An example is Tesla. For instance, you can time tokenize Tesla. You can buy the NPV of earnings on a specific date. You can product tokenize. You can just buy the present value of a specific product stream, okay? So in other words, it's blending prediction markets with actual ownership. You can geographically tokenize Tesla. You can buy the NPV of a specific region, or you can financial statement tokenize. You can buy the tokenization of its subscription revenues. These will all still solve for the price of the stock, but you're going to create an unlock that better explains the price of Tesla.
So what Tom is saying basically is you could tokenize, oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. You could tokenize not only the security equity itself or the stock, but you could tokenize the product, the Model 3, right? By the geographic token, by the specific region, by the subscription performances, whether that's self-driving or whatever else they report in their earnings. So what Tom is saying is that tokenization is going to unlock all of these other avenues for the performance of stocks, and you just not buying the aggregated performance. You could actually go and buy different parts of the company in different measures. And when we talk about this, I think that's it. Let's see what else there is here.
For instance, we know Tesla's stock price is the sum of its future earnings. So let's say that you could tokenize and purchase a specific year of Tesla's stock earnings. And we know that Elon Musk is going to get his pay package based on a 10-year plan. So you may only want to buy the present value of 2036 earnings. So you can do that today with a prediction market, or you could actually have this as a true token.
So what I was going to follow up with, and then I'll just go right back into this, is that this is turning into a prediction market with the values. So because of the gambling loophole with prediction markets, they're able to say yes, no on certain performances, like Cleveland wins, yes or no. Yesterday I was it's like the yes or no. They throw over certain yards. So you're basically taking you're buying into that Tesla hitting a certain measure that's not necessarily the aggregate of all their performance. It could be that one performance, and it kind of mimics the yes no markets, the prediction markets, but with values and ups and downs attached as you buy into it, not just buying into the result. So let's continue with Tom.
Tokenization of the stock, and everything else is the other time periods. The second example is product tokenization. We know Tesla is EVs, robotaxis, full self-driving. I don't even have Optimus Prime, solar, but of course, ultimately, the biggest value of Tesla is Elon himself. So if you could tokenize Tesla stock, you could isolate the implied value of just buying in Elon Musk himself. And as you know, he's an N=1 person. Okay, so that's tokenization. I think, of course, you need smart contracts and prediction markets, and really working in conjunction with both is what is, in our view, a huge unlock. And in fact, BitMine is trying